And hello viewers, welcome to Science TV, news at 1 p.m. My name is Catherine Govey and our sign language interpreter is Wanjangeve. On to our first news item, the U.S. Health Cooperation Framework has landed in court, facing two separate legal challenges from critics who warn that the agreement poses a threat to national sovereignty and the private health data of citizens. Busia Senator and activist Okiyah Omtatah, along with the Consumers Federation of Kenya, have filed petitions seeking to halt the implementation of the multi-billion shilling deal, alleging it was signed without the requisite parliamentary approval and public participation. Critics argue the framework could open the door to the exposure, misuse, or transfer of sensitive Kenyan health data, including medical records and epidemiological information, to foreign entities without proper safeguards. And on to our next news. President William Ruto has personally intervened to quell public anxiety and political controversy surrounding the recent signed Kenya-US Health Cooperation Framework. Amid legal challenges and criticism from activists and lobby groups who fear the deal compromises national sovereignty and exposes sensitive health data, the president issued a strong statement aimed at restoring public confidence. President Ruto firmly dismissed the concerns as misinformation, maintaining that the framework is entirely legal and adheres strictly to the country's data protection laws.
Nobody and no government will take advantage of the people of Kenya as long as I am president, because I am clear what we want. I am clear where we must go. I know there are entities that have been benefiting from these resources, and as a result, they are sponsoring all manner of stories around. If they have a problem with the current structure, they should go and talk to the government of the United States. This facility is not alone. I have seen some comments whether we are contracting more debt. Just to assure the nation that this is not a loan facility. I have also been careful to make sure that the negotiations were clear.
And on to our next news. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, ODPP, has embarked on a robust engagement with key stakeholders in the justice and security sectors as part of its commitment to strengthen partnerships and enhance service delivery to the public. In a strategic consultative meeting held in Migori County, with County Commissioner Kisilu Mutua, the ODPP signaled a renewed effort to streamline operations, improve coordination, reinforce public confidence in the justice system. Speaking after the engagement, Kenya's Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP Ranson Ingonga, affirmed that collaboration across all institutions remains solid and productive. The ODPP has also raised concern over the expected surge in female genital mutilation (FGM) practices during the festive season and assured the public that its systems and personnel are prepared to respond.
Called a meeting with other stakeholders, judiciary, county government, the police. So we visit all the stakeholders just to understand, is there anything that we can do to improve our services? But so far, so good. We don't have any issue insofar as our stakeholder engagement is concerned. FGM is an issue of national importance and a lot of concern. We have seen some people saying that FGM is rife during this December season, festive season. My office has a division that deals with FGM, and we are prepared to deal with such issues. The police are on the lookout. In the event anyone is caught involved in FGM, we will deal with them firmly. The office of the DPP has no challenge with political interference. If we read our constitution very well, the DPP does not get any direction from anyone, no authority whatsoever. So the issue of political interference does not arise when it comes to prosecution.
And on to our next news. The year 2025 has been officially designated as one of the worst years for the observance of human rights in the country, according to a damning end-of-year report released by the Independent Medical Legal Unit, IMLU. IMLU's findings, released on International Human Rights Day, categorize Kenya as a repressed state following a year marked by widespread rights abuses. The report documents that nearly 100 people fell victim to extrajudicial killings and perpetrated by government security agents throughout the year. In response to the troubling trend, Chief Justice Martha Koome has issued a direct call of action, emphasizing the crucial need to uphold the rule of law as the essential mechanism for protecting and advancing human rights in the country.
Is in 1. State repression, oppression of citizens, and suppression of voice, excessive use of force, targeted attacks on civil society, on journalists, on activists, on human rights defenders. If you're shot from the back, you're honestly not attacking. You're not a risk to the person who's shooting you at that point. And remember the Public Order Management Act. The de-escalation when you're managing protests, you only use lethal weapons or even non-lethal weapons when you are at risk.
Kenyans are to enjoy the freedoms our Constitution guarantees. We must confront these challenges with honesty, courage, and a united resolve, and ask, where is the broken pipeline?
Protection of foreign and regional human rights defenders illustrates a growing pattern of cross-border intimidation, targeting those who speak out against state excesses.
And finally, the government is actively pushing back against growing concerns from private sector players regarding a new bill that seeks to establish the Business Council of Kenya, BCK. The proposed council would function as a central umbrella body for the nation's more than 130 existing business lobby groups. While business organizations have voiced fears that their initiative could dilute the influence or overshadow the work of the established lobby organizations, the government is standing firm on its intentions. Officials maintain that BCK is primarily aimed at improving coordination across the sector and is not intended to dismantle or weaken established business voices.
For example, we go out there to promote our country. When foreign investor comes, they ask which private sector association should I work with, and if they are all there are many. So if you refer one, the other one will be like, why didn't you ask them to work with us? So there's a fundamental problem. This private sector be put together, right? They have a unified, strong voice so that they can effectively advocate for the policy that will enable and facilitate them to do business. To move now from public investment, where the money is public money, to private investments, where there is private financing.
So, for example, we've mentioned the fact that there's more than $700 billion of pension funding across Africa. So we need to start seeing this funding going into investments, infrastructure, projects, investment into businesses, and not just currently seated mostly in financial assets. So some of the data says almost 80% of that funding is actually seated in financial assets, including government bonds and all that.